For my project, I chose the book The Freedom Writer's Diary: How a Teacher and 150 Teens Used Writing to Change Themselves and the World Around Them, by the Freedom Writers and Zlata Filipovic. Freedom Writers is a nonfiction book written by a group of students from Woodrow Wilson High School in Long Beach, California, and their teacher, Aaron Gruelle. Freedom Writer's Diary is made up of journals that Gruelle had her students write. They are about the troubles of their past, present, and future. Freedom Writers' name is simply a pun on the civil rights name Freedom Riders. The Freedom Riders are civil rights activists who rode interstate buses in the segregated South areas to contest the U.S. Supreme Court. Similar to what the Freedom Riders were doing in this book, overcoming adversity in their own town of Long Beach. Every day, these kids were faced with poverty and racism. During school, these students were placed in Miss Gruelle's class, who was a first-year English teacher. Gruelle received the inspiration to teach them using the techniques described in the book after intercepting a racist drawing of one of her students. When she compared the drawing to Nazi propaganda techniques, she drew blank stares because none of them had heard of the Holocaust. As a result, she assigned them to read and write about the diary of Anne Frank and Zlata's diary, A Child's Life in Sarajevo. But it wasn't easy to get these students to read these books. Miss Gruelle had to overcome some adversity when faced with this challenge. Little did she know that her students had to overcome adversity every day, just fighting to stay alive because of the color of their skin. So she made them write every day in their journals about anything they wanted, such as what was bothering them that day or what was going on in their life. Little did she know that these essays would open up a whole new world to her. After reading these, Miss Gruelle adapted her teaching style to each individual student. What we see through Aaron Gruelle's teaching accomplishments is that to be a good teacher, you have to overcome adversity in many different ways. When you're teaching, you are going to be faced with new obstacles every day, because every kid is a different challenge. As a future teacher, you're going to have students of many different races. You're going to have to learn to adapt your teaching style to each and every one, because every student learns at a different pace, learns with a different style, and it is our job as a teacher to bring out the maximum potential of each and every student, whether it be by having to write essays, by expressing themselves through art, or writing down their everyday struggles. Each teacher must overcome adversity every day to help each student achieve academic success. After reading this book, it has showed me and gave me a little bit of knowledge on what I would do in my future teachings, and great book overall.